It's been a rough year for the wine business, with sales through August down by about 8%. Joining us right now with some of the bright spots ahead of the holiday, though, is Ray Isle. He is food and wine executive wine editor. He's also the author of The World in a Wine Glass. And, Ray, it's really great to see you.
It's great to be back. Thanks
for having me. This is something we do every year.
Yeah.
You always bring us lots of fun things to try, and we're going to try some of these in just a moment. But before we do, I was a little surprised to hear that wine sales were actually down so significantly. What's going on?
Wine sales are down. I mean, it's interesting because volume is down less than sales are down. So people are both not buying as much and trading down a little bit. And it's true for spirits as well. It's true for beer. The only upsides are kind of you've got ready-to-drink RTD cocktails, which are up, and you've got Prosecco and bubbles generally are up. People love bubbles. But it's been a tough year, and so it's a whole.
Are we just drinking less as a nation?
We're drinking a little less as a nation. There's a very big kind of neo-prohibitionist movement.
Gen Z especially.
Gen Z especially, and your sober Octobers and dry Januaries, which we haven't gotten to yet.
But
also I think there's a little bit of there was the pandemic. Everybody was drinking like crazy. We got out of the pandemic. Everybody was like, "Yay, we're out of the pandemic. Let's keep drinking." And then 2023 hit, and people were like, "Wow, I'm a little hungover from all that drinking." And additionally, there was a lot of overstock in the supply chain.
Okay. Are sales back to levels of like 2019?
That's what's happening effectively. Is it looks, the downside looks bad, but at the same time, if you look back to 2019, it's not that far off. So we're kind of normalizing.
We just overindulge.
Wine is always cyclical. It's 8,000 years of cyclical.
Really, you watch these cycles up and down?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it since I've been in the business, and it's true. It's kind of ongoing true for it, and it's. It's fascinating. It's tough if you're in the business and it goes down, but it usually comes back up. There's readjustment to the point sometimes where it's like you'll have vine pull plans by the EU where they'll just incentivize farmers to pull vines if there's massive oversupply.
Really?
But I don't think this is going to be that extreme. I'm optimistic, and there's some great wines coming up too.
Well, let's talk about some of them. You actually brought one that's a non-alcoholic one.
Yeah, well, I figured if we're going to have to drink wine at this early in the morning, we might as well try a non-alcoholic wine. It's a little safer. So this is the Ein Zwei Dry Riesling from Joseph Weiss in Germany. Ein Zwei Dry. It's a clever name.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers, everybody. Here we go on a Friday morning.
On a Friday morning. Zero alcohol. Because I'm a bad person, I actually tasted my mother on this at Thanksgiving because she's a Chardonnay to the brim.
There's no alcohol in here?
Zero alcohol. It's actually
that is impressive.
Good.
She likes club pours?
She likes the club pour. She's a club pour Chardonnay.
That like those.
And I poured it for her, and she's like, I didn't tell her it was alcohol free, and she's like, "This is good. I'll have more."
I like it. I do too.
And this is what non-alcoholic wine has been tough because a lot of them have been really terrible, and they finally kind of cracked the code a little bit. And this is one of the first ones that tastes like wine.
That beer.
It does.
It's really good.
like Athletic Brewing.
Athletic Brew.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, which is we wrote about a few years back
this a lot.
in wine. Yeah, so
it's actually really good.
Pretty cool stuff.
How many calories are in it?
Well, a lot less because alcohol is the primary thing with calories in wine. And so you pull out the alcohol. I think it's like 50 calories a glass.
That's delicious. I would drink that.
Okay, so, winner.
So far. And then we're not going to taste it because too many wines.
By the way, this Riesling's only $20.
This is $20, like a little less. And then Mianetto Prosecco, I brought that because I wanted to say that, it is one of the bright spots, Prosecco, and people are just drinking it and it's up. And that's a nice bottle of Cartise, which is Prosecco has Prosecco and then Prosecco Superiore and then Cartise, which is this tiny little region. And if you look for that, you start to get something that is really champagne level quality from half the price, which is pretty cool. And then I brought a couple of really expensive wines.
The red?
Yeah, the red. So the red is Cabernet, Napa Valley, and 2021, which is this vintage, which is on the shelves right now, is a spectacular vintage in Napa Valley. It is super high quality. The wines are great. This is from Brion. It's from the Sleeping Lady Vineyard in Napa Valley, and it's $250 a bottle. So if you're out to splurge and you want to celebrate, you want to propose on Christmas Eve.
This is it.
It's your kind of thing, and it's a brilliant bottle of red wine. And
that's very smooth. I don't even really drink red wine, but that's very smooth.
And then last, champagne. You got to have champagne for the holidays. I have an online story coming up next week about top level champagnes for gifting. This is the Bollinger 2015 Grande Année, also $250, but Bali is one of the great champagne houses. It's the James Bond favorite, you know, and this is their top wine, and I thought it would be a good, you know, end of year toast to you guys.
Yeah,
and
cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
absolutely.
Cheers.
This is 250.
This is 250. So you got to decide.
It
like,
tastes like 250. Hold on one second.
Can't tell with champagne.
Yeah, I'm not a big champagne drinker, but I think I like the red wine and the white wine better.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, you know, it's your choice. Do high-end red champagne.
This non-alcoholic wine,
That's the winner of the whole thing for $20.
For $20, it kind of blew me away the first time I tried it, because I've tried so many bad non-alcoholic wines, and I tasted this, and I was like, they got it. They figured it out finally. So, pretty cool.